Boxing Day on Sydney Harbour, and we're with sailcam.tv covering the start of the Sydney to Hobart race in an overcast day with a 10 to 15 knot west-norwesterly wind. As we see them jostling for the start, we've got the two maxis, Loyal and Wild Oats, going for the pin end of the line. And Wild Thing and Yuzu, the Yuzu big boat racing team, going for the starboard side or the boat end of the line. Here we're shortly after the start. We see that we've got the first pair up in the right hand corner of the screen coming down on a lower angle, and Wild Thing and Yuzu big boat racing team on a hotter angle coming up from down below. Hotter meaning that they're tighter to the wind. Their apparent wind, so-called, is further forward, which means that as they travel through the water they generate more apparent wind. And we'll see that they're basically now in a drag race converging towards the first mark, which is off South Head. They're leading the fleet on the two sides, and as they come towards the mark they will converge. We see here a small incident where Wild Thing comes very close and almost, or maybe does touch a media boat. It seems that they're actually sailing a bit lower than they would otherwise be because they're going for a mark which may not be the right mark. They're sailing lower and losing a bit of distance, and at some point they will realise and hot up and correct their course and go back. And meanwhile, Yuzu big boat racing team nipping at their heels, sailing straight towards the mark. Here we see Wild Thing having resumed course. They've lost a few boat lengths, but they still look set to round second. As Wild Oats goes around the first mark, we'll see them pulling away. They let the main out to let the boat turn. Wild Thing squeezes in between Wild Oats and Loyal, and Yuzu is in fourth position. Loyal elects to jibe straight away. The choice here is whether to sail on a bit further and get yourself further away from the wind or lower and then jibe, or jibe straight away and then come in from the right, which is what Loyal is electing to do. Wild Thing meanwhile has decided to carry on a bit longer before jibing. Yuzu has approached the mark and they look like they're going for a jibe straight away, meaning that the stern of the boat goes across the wind and the sails go from one side to the other. Here we see a shot of all the leaders having turned the corner and headed south, and Yuzu is settling down for a reaching configuration in this westerly with masthead reaching sail, which they've unfurled, and that replaces the headsail they had on a bit earlier.